Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Master of the Mat. I am Anthony the Origin Bryant, and I'm back again with my show. Give me a few minutes while I send this link out. And we're gonna get started because I got a lot to talk about today. A lot of stuff has irritated me with the wrestling world. A lot of stuff has changed in the wrestling world. But I'm just gonna say it like this: I am not happy with Impact Wrestling right now with the suspension of Tommy Dreamer for defending Ric Flair. But I'm gonna get to all that sooner or later. I gotta send this link out. Give me a few minutes. Let me do this real quick. This is gonna be a good show. I guarantee that. We're gonna, I promise you, this is gonna be a real good show because this is one of them shows that is gonna. I'm just really not happy with TNA right now with Impact Wrestling because what happened shouldn't have happened, and how it happened it shouldn't have happened, and Impact Wrestling should be ashamed of themselves for the mere fact you suspend that man for defending Ric Flair for almost a 20-year-old incident that happened, but there was a lot more incident that happened, and people got away with stuff on that plane that they shouldn't have got away with. So I'm gonna get into all that in just a few minutes, and I'm gonna send this link out. It's crazy how the wrestling world works. Because 1 minute you can be the top dog in the organization, and the next minute you can drop down to nothing. But a man defending another man for an action that happened and get suspended from a company that he's helping build, that makes no sense to me. So let me just send this link out. I'm almost finished. All right. So this is edition of the Master of the Mat. And I'm here to talk about a number of things. NXT 2.0, we saw the debut of Rick Steiner's son. He defeated Eli Drake, a.k.a. LA Knight. He made a huge impact. He made a huge name for himself his first match there. And now, this is what irritates me about WWE. They are not allowed to reference Rick Steiner as his father. But you see the resemblance in it. What up, Warren? You see the resemblance in it. You see the resemblance of father and son. And it's funny how WWE is not allowing that to happen, but you can tell that's Rick Steiner's son. Okay, even though he had the Goldberg tattoo on his arm and stuff like that, but the guy is just like his daddy, his uncle. He can't use a silent recliner. He can't use the top row bulldog, which I think is absolutely stupid, but he can't use none of that. All right, but the whole show was awesome. Tuesday night, Tommaso Ciampa defeated. Tommaso Ciampa is your new NXT champion for the second time. Goldie is home. Goldie is home. Also, Monday Night Raw this past week was a show that was actually watchable. And I mean watchable. The entire 3-hour show was actually watchable this week. And when I mean watchable, I mean you can sit back, kick your feet up, and watch that whole show without complaining. This show, from beginning to end, was watchable. And I stand on that. And this is the first show in 2021 that was actually watchable. Well, besides that show where Nia Jackson and Charlotte Flair went off script, but who's counting about that? That turned into a fist fight in a heartbeat. So it was an awesome show. Big E is your new WWE champion. He cashed in. For those of you who don't know, Bobby Lashley is out. Not Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley did suffer a knee injury, but he's okay. Randy Orton suffered broken ribs. I believe him and Riddle got to relinquish the Raw Tag Team Championships this Monday night We're going to find out. But Orton is out with broken ribs, so he's going to be out for a while. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss is taking this storyline to heights I ain't never seen before. I'm loving this storyline. I'm loving how they doing Alexa and Charlotte. This is the first time they had a rivalry with each other, and I'm loving every bit of it right now. What else? The tag team titles, Riddle and Orton. I'm loving the way they're doing that. The tag team division on Monday Night Raw is picking up. I mean, you got a lot of tag teams on Raw who's actually doing that thing right now. The Viking Raiders, Mustafa and Mansoor, T-Bar and Mace, the New Day. You got a lot. The tag teams are AJ Styles and Omos has improved. He was actually watchable this week, and that was scary. I actually enjoyed watching him wrestle on Monday, and I can't stand that guy. I don't like him at all. I can't stand his 7 foot no wrestling, great colleague behind. I can't stand him at all. But he was watchable this week. Why? I don't know, but he was watchable. Then on Tuesday, Rick Steiner's son debut, Tommaso Ciampa win. Kashiba's coming back this Tuesday, and I think this Tuesday we're going to see Kashiba, we're going to see Roger Strong put on a Matt Classic for that Cruiserweight title. This is the point I'm making. They're finally doing things worth watching. Kashiba, Roger Strong, I guarantee you, matter of fact, I'll put money on it. That match this Tuesday night will break every boundaries in Cruiserweight wrestling. Why? Because you got two of the top cruiserweights. Yes, WWE, no more cruiserweights. But this coming Tuesday, I guarantee it, you got the man who in New Japan set the standard for the junior heavyweight title. You got Roger Strong, who is perhaps pound for pound one of the best damn cruiserweights out here. You got Kushida, who's won the IWGP Junior Cup on 4 occasions. On 4 occasions. Hold on, on 4 occasions. 4. The only man who's ever do that. Kushida, Roger Strong, this coming Tuesday is going to set NXT 2.0 on fire. WWE is finally getting it together. They lost Adam Cole. They lost Daniel Bryan. They lost the opportunity to get CM Punk. They lost 3 top superstars. But now they're building homegrown superstars to the point where WWE is watchable again. Now, let's flip the script. Let's go to Friday Night SmackDown. The head of the table, Roman Reigns, the Usos, the tag team champions. Yes, I am rocking the Uso hoodie. Yes, I may not agree with them giving the Usos the tag team titles, but I'm a huge Uso fan. Okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. This bloodline thing, I am a huge fan. I just ordered my shirt yesterday. I can't wait for it to come. I ordered 2 of them, black and white. I'm a huge bloodline fan. They are finally using Roman Reigns to his potential. I'm loving every bit of this. The push that they are giving the Usos, the huge push they're giving Roman Reigns, I'm loving every bit of it. You know why? Because Roman Reigns is the guy. What he has done since he turned heel to Friday Night SmackDown, awesome. Simply awesome. He's taking SmackDown from a B+ show to an A+++. Roman Reigns was the only reason WWE was watchable. There, I said it. May not get a lot of likes behind that, but I said it. And that was it. Roman Reigns is the only reason. Now, Crown Jewel. WWE's flying back over to Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel, Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Universal Championship. Or Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Universal Championship. If WWE gives the Universal Championship to Brock Lesnar, SmackDown's going to drop from an A++ to a D. because Brock Lesnar, the piece of crap that he is going to be a part-time wrestler. I'm standing on everything I believe in. Keep it with Roman. Keep it with Balor. The part-timers do not need any more championships. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. This Wednesday night is the biggest dynamite AEW has put together. The main event has been announced. Kenny by God Omega versus Bryan American Dragon Danielson. Cody Rhodes comes back, goes one-on-one with Malachi Black, a.k.a. Aleister Black. This is the biggest dynamite AEW has produced. They're trying to keep up with Vince McMahon. Hey, Tony Khan, when Vinnie Mac is on his game, good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with that. I promise you that. All right, I've been on the past 2 weeks. Last week, I was at the best show in the world last Saturday. I was at the Capital One Arena. It was an awesome show from bell to bell to bell. Every match on that show was worth watching. I enjoyed it. WWE is stepping it up all around. House shows, TV, NXT, 205 Live still sucks, but okay, they're working on something. SmackDown, they're all tight. AEW, this past week, AEW didn't do so well. This coming Wednesday, it's also the in-ring debut of Adam Cole, baby. I don't know who he's wrestling, but I know he's wrestling. I'm telling you, it feels good to be a wrestling fan again. It feels good to watching wrestling. It's real good to watch it and enjoy it. To kick back, kick your feet up, and watch wrestling again. This is why I'm a wrestling fan. Because the business is awesome right now. You look at the business from back then. You look at the business from where it was. You look at where it's going. The wrestling business is where it's at. WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling. Last night, Victory Road, Chris Sabin. What is that child's name? Oh, crap. I can't remember. Give me a minute. Trying to remember without looking. He's called the Walking Weapon. Hold on. I gotta look. Give me 1 second. Josh Alexander, Chris Sabin, Josh Alexander. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That match for the X Division Championship. Phenomenal. Christian Cage, Ace Austin. This is why professional wrestling is coming back. This is why the WWE, Impact Wrestling, AEW is coming back, because of wrestling like this. Wrestling is coming back. It's about to be the fad again. I promise you that. I guarantee that. It's going to be a short show today. I'm about to go hop on the PS4, play NBA 2K22. Hopefully it's installed by now. If it's not, I'm going to be very upset about that. But other than that, that's about it. Next week, I'll be back. It'll be a longer show next week. But until then, thank y'all for watching. I will be back next week. All depends on my schedule, because I would have done it Friday, but I was tired as crap Friday. The new school I'm at an elementary school now. It's one level. I'm loving every bit of it. It's only 3 of us when it's supposed to be 4 of us, but it's 3 of us. And the other person called out on Friday. I'm hoping she feel better. And I had to work a double. I'm not complaining because I'm in overtime. So yeah, I was tired. I was gonna do a show Friday, and you know what? Let me before I end this show, let's talk about the dark side of the map. Let's talk about the plane ride from hell. Let's talk about the guys that was on that plane. Tommy Dreamer, Just Incredible, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. All these guys are on that plane. Now, they had a 7-hour rain delay in London, so they couldn't take off. The stuff that happened on that plane in 2002, and wrestlers got away with it. Brock Lesnar exposed himself to Terry Reynolds. Didn't get in trouble. Goldust was singing Forever My Lady to his ex-wife. I think he was drunk, but okay. Ric Flair walked around in his robe, butt naked, exposed himself to an entire locker room, and a flight attendant. The flight attendant tried to say Ric Flair sexually assaulted her, but if anybody know Ric Flair, anybody heard the stories about Ric Flair in that doggone robe, Flair has the robe on. Flair is going to be half the time. He's going to be naked. He's going to be naked under that robe. The only time he's going to have clothes on when he's wrestling. But he's outside of wrestling. He's in the ring. Flair's going to be naked. I promise you that. Ric Flair is going to be naked. And I'm just saying, Ric Flair is going to be real naked. Okay? Impact Wrestling announced the fact that they suspended Tommy Dreamer for taking up for her, which absolutely makes no sense to me. Tommy Dreamer is a lifelong babyface. He's the guy that didn't get his just dues in ECW. He didn't get his just dues in WWE. Yeah, he's a former ECW champion, WWE. He's a former multiple-time hardcore champion, WWE. A former tag team champion in the original ECW. A former ECW world champion. Where he didn't get his just dues. Tommy Dreamer can get. He's a jobber / one hell of a wrestler, and the way he got treated, the way he's been treated by Impact Wrestling, I do not like it at all. Scott D'Amore should be ashamed of himself, because if it wasn't for Tommy Dreamer, I don't think Impact Wrestling will be where it's at right now. And that's just my opinion. And that's the way I feel about it. Dreamer has a mind for this business, and you suspend him. Well, we're going to see how well Impact does without Tommy Dreamer being behind the scenes and being a creative writer now that he's suspended indefinitely. A lot of guys on that plane got away with murder. Scott Hall, who at that time was a known alcoholic. Scott Hall licked the flight attendant. She didn't complain about that. But allegedly, Ric Flair told the flight attendant to rub him. What I mean by him, Ric Flair told the flight attendant to rub his penis. And this happened in 2002. But Tommy Dreamer took up for Ric Flair and gets suspended for it. Really? Not a big fan of that. Not a real big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. Anybody who knows Tommy Dreamer, you've seen Dreamer wrestle, Dreamer can go in there and go head to head with the best of them. Tommy Dreamer has had some legendary matches with Raven, the Sandman. His rivalry in ECW with Raven was one of a kind. He only beat Raven a handful of times. Raven beat him a bunch of times, but that rivalry was awesome. They beat the living crap out of each other, and I think they liked it. Heck, I think Raven loved it. It was awesome. That rivalry blossomed into a tag team title reign that lasted for 132 days. I don't know how they got along for that long, but it lasted 132 days. And And that was the ECW tag team title reign. And the two guys who hated each other, that reign lasted 132 days. If my memory serves me correct. Hold on. Let me check this out. Let me do my research right now. I'm sorry. That reign lasted 136 days. How do you not like each other? And your reign lasts. They won the titles August 26, 1999 in New York City and lost the title January 9th, 2000 to Just Incredible and Lance Storm, the Impact players. But the point I'm making is this. These guys, the storyline that Paul Heyman, a.k.a. Paulie Dangerously, a.k.a. the best man for the business, a.k.a. one of the best managers in the business, a.k.a. next to Bobby the Brain Heenan, the best manager of all times. I'm going to get to Heyman in a few minutes. But Tommy Dreamer and Raven, what Paul Heyman did with that rivalry, it expanded across the world. Not just in the ECW arena, not just in what was called the Bingo Hall, but they made that Bingo Hall work for them careers. See, people call it a Bingo Hall. But Tommy Dreamer and Raven's career was made in ECW. I'm sick and tired of people saying Raven's career was made in WCW. Raven didn't do diddly in WCW. When he went to WCW, they treated him like garbage. How you give the man the U.S. title and drop it the next day? Raven's career was made in ECW. Ooh, excuse me. Tommy Dreamer's career made ECW. And I'm not talking about the WWE's watered down version of ECW. I'm talking about Paul Heyman's ECW. I'm talking about the ECW that's from the Bingo Hall. I'm talking about the ECW with Sandman, Tommy Dreamer fought in a Centerport Kane match, and they beat the living crap out of each other. I'm talking about the ECW arena where Sabu, Jimmy Superfly Snuka beat the crap out of each other for the ECW World title. With Terry Funk, Tommy Dreamer beat the living crap out of Raven and Steven Richards for 45 minutes. I'm talking about the ECW where Taz choked out Shane Douglas in under 9 minutes to win the ECW TV title. Taz choked out Shane Douglas in under 10 minutes to win the ECW World title. That's the ECW I'm talking about. The most dominant ECW champion of all time, Taz. Not T-A-Z-Z, T-A-Z, the human suplex machine. Okay? Now, let's go to Paul Heyman. I am a Paul Heyman guy. Yes, I am. I'm the biggest Paul Heyman guy right now. And the reason why is simply this. Paul Heyman, a.k.a. Paulie Dangerously, a.k.a. That's about it. Paul Heyman, the manager, at one point of Robinson Rick Rude, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Medusa. They were called the Dangerous Alliance. Okay? That group had nothing but champions. Larry Zbyszko, Arn Anderson, tag team champions in the Dangerous Alliance. Arn Anderson and Beautiful Bobby, tag team champions in the Dangerous Alliance. Rick Rude, the United States Heavyweight Champion in Dangerous Alliance. Stone Cold Stunning Steve Austin at the time, TV champion in the Dangerous Alliance. Medusa was the valet. There was champions in the Dangerous Alliance. Why? Because Paul Heyman masterminded it all. You switch up to modern day. Paul Heyman managed Brock Lesnar to the WWE Championship, defeats The Rock at SummerSlam to win the undisputed WWE Championship. At the Survivor Series of that same year, Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar to manage the Big Show to beat Brock Lesnar and to become the new WWE Champion. That same year, Paul Heyman signs an exclusive contract to manage Kurt Angle to become the only man in WWE history to manage 3 different WWE champions in the same caliber year. Heyman did it. You look at the caliber of wrestler manager Paul Heyman is. Paul Heyman, the manager of the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He's managed Brock Lesnar. He's been the mouthpiece for Brock Lesnar for over 20 years. He was at ringside when Lesnar put the 1 in 21. He was at ringside when Lesnar defeated Goldberg for the Universal Championship. He was at ringside when Lesnar defeated Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. He was at ringside when Roman Reigns defeated Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. The list of people Paul Heyman has managed is unbelievable. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Rick Rude, Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, Beautiful Bobby, Medusa, Taz, Sabu, Rob Van Dam. Next to Bobby the Brain Heenan, Paul Heyman's the best manager alive. And I don't care what nobody says. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Master of the Map. I will see you back here next week. And I thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And I will be back next week. Until then, peace.